before we start, I would like to introduce myself. I am Farid from Hustl.ee, and I am a senior UX designer here, basically. And yeah, we help companies to optimize their conversions. So to optimize their UX and improve their conversions. So first of all, the first thing that I noticed is when I hover over your button, it gets lighter in color. And it's usually better if the button actually gets darker in color. So when I hover over, it's usually better, for example, if you have a red color, that it gets a little bit darker. That usually prompts the user even more to click on the button, not lighter. Okay. Another thing that I noticed here is your text, and I feel like it's too long. Usually the best messages are the ones that are actually short and straight to the point. So what you need to understand, you need to figure out what is the main problem that you're solving for your clients. Is it the problem that they cannot find quality content? Or is it the problem that they spend too much time looking for quality content? If it's the time problem, then you can write something like spend less time looking for quality content. If it's not time, but in general that they can't find quality content, then just find quality content easier or something like that, basically. And yeah, so you can think about that. The next thing that I noticed is actually, wait, let me actually reload this. Okay, so yeah, so I actually was looking at this and I made your button a little bit bigger previously. So as you can see, this is the original size of your button, and it's actually going to be better if you make this a little bigger. So what do I mean by that? So for example, if we go to, let's say, if we just increase the padding a bit, actually it would be much better. So for example, you have here padding top 10, I would make this 15. On the left and right, I would make 25. So again, 15 pixels here and 25 pixels here. So I feel like if your button would be this size, it would also increase your conversions. So just a little bit bigger. Now, if I scroll down, I've watched this video. The video is really nice. I think the video is great. One thing you could improve here in terms of UI, maybe if you can make the corners of this video rounded, just make it visually better. Because everything else here that you have, let's see, you have here some rounded things, so that's why. Next, here, this is actually a big problem, but let me close this. This is here a big problem. Why? Because here is text like top benefits of your content creation, right? Of content creation. And instead of listing every feature one by one, you're actually listing all of them together in a cluttered screen. And most people will not read this, trust me, because if I look here, like there's so much text here, it's too much. So it's actually best if you put your features one by one. So for example, if I look here, here's one feature, right? Then we scroll, here's second feature, here's third feature. In your case, you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, everything together. You should put all of them on a separate line to showcase every single feature. That's actually very important. So also another thing here is that there's not much spacing between elements, so everything is too close. You need to spread elements a little bit more. You need to add more spacing between elements, because when you add more space, it's actually easier for the user to go through your screen and read every single thing that is here. Next, this is actually pretty cool. That Guy Kawasaki said that about content creation, but it's not very well presented. It would be better if this was actually, let's say this was in the center, and then this thing here was below here in the center. So basically text in the center, this is also in the center below the text. Like this is just easier to read. This GIF, I love it. I think it's pretty cool. So this is actually really nice. Now here I actually found a big UX problem. When I hover over the items, I see that this is changing, the text is changing, but this thing is not changing. Like, why is this not highlighting which item I'm hovering over? So this is like, this is also not very good from UX, because people will get confused. Wait, what I'm looking at right now, is it still this option or is it already this option? Another thing I noticed is this creating here is changing its position depending on what I'm selecting here. So just some bugs. The same goes here, you know, it's not highlighting the options that I'm selecting, so not very good. But I think it's easily fixable. And the same goes here. Yeah, let's see. So here everything looks good here. Actually, this is a pretty good pricing plan design. One thing I would change is probably, this is very important, 30-day free trial, no credit card required, cancel anytime. So what I would do is I would probably make this dark and maybe even bigger so that people can actually see that no credit card required. That's actually a big decision maker, because there are many websites that offer free trials, many websites that offer cancel anytime, but most of them require credit cards. So what you could do, you could just highlight this, maybe have even an underline, no credit card required. That's a big plus if you can do that. So here I don't see any problems. Now let's go a little bit higher here. Let's look at this navigation. First of all, this logo is pixelated. It's not very good because everything here looks like really nice in terms of UI, but then the logo is pixelated, and you know it's not very good. The next thing that I see here is that when I hover over these menus, like they're not highlighted. It doesn't tell me that I'm actually hovering over the item. Usually there needs to be at least some color change, like pricing should change its color maybe to like orange, red, or like what are your main colors, or maybe at least have an underline highlight so that the user understands that, oh, this is actually working. Okay. And this, when I scroll, it's actually best if you can see get started for free here. So it would be really nice if it was just here set, pinned basically to the top right edge of your screen. That will increase your conversions as well if it's just pinned here and the user always sees this. Very important as well. And yeah, so this is pretty cool. Another thing I actually noticed, I don't know if this is clickable. So yes, so I'm in test from program, blah blah blah. Cool. Okay, so when I just first loaded this, I don't know, this is probably a plugin, so not really something that you have much control about. But when I first opened this, I was actually pretty annoyed by this, and I wanted to close this, but there's no X here, you know. I don't know if you can do that, but if you can add an X here, that would be really good. Because the only way to close this message, because I want to actually read what is on the website, you know, when I scroll and I want to scroll here, and this is not allowing me to see this, right? So I have to click, and then I have to click again to scroll. So if there's just an X directly, that would be really nice. Now once like I reviewed your website, I want to tell you a bit how actually like Hustl.ee can help you to improve your UX and basically maximize your profits a lot. Hopefully this review was helpful to you, and I can promise you that if you implement all the things that we talked about today, you will definitely increase your conversions. Now, what are some of the next steps that you can take to make your UX even better and actually maximize your profits? So what we offer at Hustl.ee, actually a full review of the whole product. That includes also your dashboard or whatever the user gets once they click on get started free. I watched the video and I saw that you have some dashboard, and that's very important to make sure that your dashboard actually works well. And the same applies to your mobile apps and your mobile design in general as well, since you're mobile first. And so basically we offer to review, do a UX audit of the whole product, not only one page. And by doing this, we basically can, so what we can do for your site is we can increase the number of people who actually retain their subscription on the site, because the better your UX is, the more people will stay on your site as well. So there's one thing when you get new clients, and another thing is to retain the clients. To get new clients, you need good optimization, conversion optimization tips. To retain the clients, you need to make sure that your product is working well, not only in terms of what it's supposed to do, deliver content, but also in terms of UX, it's very smooth. And if you want to talk about that, just email me. And we do offer like big giant discounts to people that found us on Product Hunt, and especially to people who are just starting out. And yeah, hopefully this was helpful to you. Bye bye.